what is the thing that Ted Wenger can do about the violence that's been happening at protests?
Well, the first thing that he can do is he can call Antifa out for what they are. He can call the violence out for what it is, and he can tell the police to create a larger barrier between them and whoever else decides to come out to demonstrate. I recently visited Washington, D.C., and there was a similar encounter between right-wing groups and Antifa, and the police out there are obviously much more, they're much more empowered to do the type of activities that used to happen here. I actually have some video coverage of it where they were keeping at least 50 feet between us and the Antifa group. Usually it was more around 1,000 feet. So if we had something like that, then we could make sure that both sides get to demonstrate and try and vocalize their ideas peacefully, which we are all for. If Antifa wants to do their demonstrations, we have nothing wrong with that. And then it'll also ensure that no one gets hurt on either side. So just simple things like that that we're really trying to advocate. Nothing major. And we're also asking that anyone who does bring about the violence on either side gets the justice that they rightfully deserve.
I was reading the Facebook group, and it was saying that Antifa double speak and are actually
Yes.
Is there any way that you can elaborate on that?
Yes, absolutely. So they use tactics such as oppression, demeaning, hurting people, whatnot. These are all tactics that you would expect under a fascist regime, where expression of free thought, ideas, free speech, all of these things would be suppressed in order to maintain control of the narrative. And that's really what we're seeing a lot with these hardcore radicalized left. I mean, on either side we see it, but it tends to be more expressed on the left wing side, and so that's just one thing that we can point out.
Great, wonderful. Thank you so much for your statements. What are your pronouns?
She.
Great, wonderful. Is there an email that I can contact you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Could you spell it?
It's shadowdragon@protonmail.com.
Could you spell it?
Yeah, it's SHADOWDRAKKEN@protonmail.com.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is it okay to put that email out on the video?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
I don't mind if people contact me.
Yeah, I won't put your proton out or anything, but more questions.
Thank you.
Great. Y'all don't mind if I...
Yeah, you can linger around. That's totally fine. If you have questions, ask me.
Will do. Yeah, I might follow up afterwards.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen you online.
Oh yeah, I could. Yeah, she's gotten a lot of attention. Yeah.
I'm gonna be across the street.
All right. No, that's fine. Cool.
Great. Thank you.
All right. Should we go ahead and roll? Yeah.
All right, everybody. All right, let's
move out.
All right, rock and roll.
How you doing?
That is one mean dog.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Megaphone.
Yeah.
Warriors feet. Okay.
I was like,
What manga?
So one of those, what is it, Irish wolf ones or something? Jesus.
Oh, wait, am I in it?
Yeah, no, continue your speech. So, can I,
That would be awesome. Actually, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Can you hold this?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks everyone for coming out here. It really means a lot. I'm not great at public speaking, so I'll try and say this quickly. Today's left is interested in one thing and one thing only, and that is control. They will claim they represent us, only to turn their backs and do absolutely nothing for us. They will claim that they care about minorities, only to enact the very same policies that hurt them most. They will claim that they are righteous paragons of freedom, only to attack, demean, and oppress those who dare to oppose their ideology. These are all means to achieve a docile and unthinking populace. They do not speak for us, they do not help us, and they do not care for our rights. Groups such as Antifa, who ironically use fascist tactics like doublespeak, are at the very core of this cultural suppression. Despite living in the most progressive society ever imaginable, where we enjoy more freedoms than anywhere else on earth, they have been so heavily indoctrinated into the ideology of victimization that they can no longer take responsibility for their own failures. They can't take responsibility for their own inability to function, and so they must project the blame on others. This is the very core of the communistic system that they advocate for. Is a level of infantile narcissism that, if allowed to take hold, will irreversibly change the heart and soul of this nation. I would rue the day that these certain unalienable rights of freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom of ideology would no longer be so. As a brave patriot once said, give me liberty or give me death.
Yeah!
Yes!
Very good.
Thank you.
Nice, very nice. Listen.
Hey everyone. Okay, that is. Sorry, just had to test that really quick. That better? Oh, okay, that's way better. Okay. Hey everyone. Thank you for coming out today. Like, honestly, each and every one of you, it actually means the world. To, like, not only me, to not only to Draken, not only to Haley, but to everybody involved, I think. Because honestly, like, without everybody coming down and showing their support, this event wouldn't be possible. So thank you. So first off, I just want to say, Ted Wheeler, what have you been doing for us? Like, honestly, for the LGBT community, like, I get that there was Pride Month in June, you know. You had your little festival, you had your little, like, yeah, there's the Pride Festival, we all know about that. He had his little celebration for Pride, you know. Yeah, he had a little celebration for that back in June. Anyways, what happened with that, though, was really funny, because he acted like he cares about the LGBT community. Like, honestly, he has pretended to champion the LGBT community numerous times. And we all know he's full of it. Because honestly, we've been attacked by Antifa. Like, Portland police have suggested I was lying for my story. I was attacked back in January by Antifa, January 20th. Like, they surrounded me, they bear-maced me, they called me a class traitor, they kept calling me by my dead name, and they kicked me on the ground, you know? And that was wrong, honestly. And yeah, like, Portland police is kind of, I reported to them, and you know what they did? They pretended that it never happened. I have heard nothing about that since then. I saw one of the attackers' faces, and they let whoever that was go. And you know, part of the blame for that, whether we all admit it or not, lies with Ted Wheeler. You know, I'm trans, I'm queer, I'm indigenous, I'm a person of color. I'm half, yeah. So anyways, but yeah, back to that. It's wrong, you know? None of us should be attacked.
Any violence is wrong.
Exactly, yeah. Right-leaning people, like, okay, yeah, that's wrong to attack them. And what's even more wrong is for those of a minority group who you disagree with politically, to attack them and treat them as a traitor for thinking something different. That's wrong. And that's where we should be drawing the line. Because the blame for that ultimately lies on the mayor of Portland, Ted Wheeler. Because you are the leader of this city, and yet you're not gonna do anything to solve our problems. You left us alone for far too long. And if you can't fix the problems in this city, you want to blame someone else, then the time to step down is now. Because honestly, if you can't solve the problems in this city, move out of the way for someone who can.
Yes.
You know? That's what I got for now. Thank you.
Excellent. Very good. Very good. I clap, but my hands are full. Yeah.
Is it on?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Hey everyone, my name is Haley Adams, and I spent quite a few years of my life standing up for our First and Second Amendment